If you are consistently incapable of, forget eloquence, if you are consistently incapable of articulateness, of explaining what you mean in a declarative sentence that has a verb, a predicate, an object, a sentence, or a question mark, or an exclamation point, or some other appropriate punctuation. If you are consistently unable to speak English, just simply speak English, I admit to a bias. It's very difficult for me to admire or place confidence in people or believe them of above average intelligence if they cannot speak English or understand it. And Donald Trump, for me, I must tell you, is in this category. And finally, what I think finally did it was his appearance at Liberty University. Now, I'm not really talking about the appearance, per se. I'm not talking about that he said 2 Corinthians on stage. But I will in a minute speak to that in a way that I don't think anyone else has. But it isn't that he said 2 Corinthians. I mean, religious people know, faithful people know, evangelicals know that no one would put it that way. But that's okay. I can't throw any stones for biblical purposes here. I can cast no stones. I live in a glass house. So it's not that. It's not that he said 2 Corinthians. It's that in the interview when he was there at Liberty University with the media, they said he was asked a question on camera. So how would you characterize your relationship with God? And we have to get that clip because I guess to a lot of people no one made any deal out of it in any of the media that I could see. But I sat slack-jawed listening to his explanation, which I seem to recall went something like this. Oh, my relationship with the big guy. Oh, because whenever I hear Donald Trump, I hear Sylvester Stallone, but not Sylvester Stallone. I hear Rocky 1. Yeah, that's Sylvester Stallone. I don't know why. It could be I've got something else wrong that I don't know about yet. My relationship with the big guy, it's huge. It's the greatest. No, I'm very proud of it. It's very special. It's huge. It's huge, and I'm going to make him pay for it. Oh, no, wait, that's the wall. Okay, no, it's huge. The God guy, who I love. No, I love him. He's great. He's great. He's been great. I love him. He's huge. And my relationship is huge with him, with the guy, the God. I loved all my life. It's huge. And then he said, and I don't think I'm really being unfair here, by the way, or exaggerating much. And then he said, yeah, my relationship has been great with God. I'm a Protestant. I'm very proud of it. A Presbyterian. I mean, you can't get more Protestant than that, huh? You can't get more religious than that, huh? Presbyterian. Very proud of that. But let me say, I think that the God is responsible. I think God was responsible probably for a lot of what, in fact, maybe all of what I have accomplished, which is huge. And he really did say, I mean, again, cast no stones, thee who reside in glass houses. And though I shall cast no stones, I shall pose a question. Does someone who is truly deeply religious, who has a Bible on his bedstead and reads it every night, whose relationship with the God guy is huge, does he really say, and by the way, I think that the God is is responsible for a lot of what, no, not only a lot, I think maybe everything of what I have greatly done. It's huge.
I have great relationship with the evangelicals. In fact, nationwide, I'm up by a lot. I'm leading everybody. But I like to be good. I don't like to have to ask for forgiveness, and I am good. I don't do a lot of things that are bad. I try and do nothing that's bad. I live a very different life than probably a lot of people would think. And I have a very great relationship with God, and I have a very great relationship with evangelicals, and I think that's why I'm doing so well with Iowa.
You see, I'm going to interpret my standing, my most quintessential personal standing with the Almighty vis-a-vis the poll numbers. Who doesn't do that? You know I'm good with God because, I'm up with them evangelicals, I mean, they're for me, not for those other a-holes, you know what I mean? I mean, I don't know if God would say that, but, I'm up with them. I'm up with them. They down with me, you get it? Anyway, so, I'm good. Okay, that clip is what the lawyers call res ipsa loquitur. The thing speaks for itself. I don't need to, you just listen to it. And yeah, you have to listen critically. And yeah, maybe I'm being a butthead for criticizing him just because, that's forbidden territory. Someone speaks of their faith or anything vaguely related to it, and it's, off the playing field to comment on it. But I'm going to say one more thing and then defend myself. The other thing I'm going to say, I made allusion to it earlier. When Trump got up at Liberty University and said 2 Corinthians, he got up and he said, so 2 Corinthians, and Rush Limbaugh told this joke before I tweeted it, so I had to cross it off. I didn't do it because throughout my entire career, whenever Rush says something first, I have a rule. Unless I thought of it first. Now, in this case, I did. Now, I don't know if I thought of it first, but I thought of it before Rush said it. But that happens a lot. So this time I said, no, I can't now. Because, and the other exception is if I give it to Rush. We happen to know each other. Then every once in a while people speak, they give each other things. And, what I'm not saying is I write Rush's show. Don't, please. Please. But my rule is if Rush or Glenn or any of the geniuses say something first, who's going to believe I thought of it before them? Everyone's going to think I ripped them off. So I just cross it right off my list. But the first thing that occurred to probably a million of us when he said, so 2 Corinthians, they walk onto a used car lot and one says, hey, you got a chariot for me? So anyway, so when Trump gets up there the other day, he says, 2 Corinthians, and that's it, right? That's the one you like, right? That's the one yous like. Am I right? That's the one yous like. Now, I'm exaggerating, but he literally said 2 Corinthians. Wait, that's the one you like, right? Right? That's the one you like. And I just thought that was so telling. He was there at Liberty University, Donald Trump, a lifelong Democrat, a guy who was screwing Marla Maples on the front page of the New York Post when he had a wife and a family, and conducting the most public affair ever conducted on the cover of the New York Post for 5 years, while he threw his first wife under a speeding train and his family. And again, I'm not criticizing his personal life or his moral life. I'm just saying, here's the guy who did that and is yet to talk about it, appearing at Liberty University, but it's okay, appear there. But pretending to be one, in my view, pretending to be one of them. And what is the evidence? when I say I think he's pretending. My evidence is when he says 2 Corinthians, that's the one you like, right? Right? That's the one you like. That's the one you're crazy about, right? And I thought that was an extremely telling moment. It wasn't, if you were familiar with the passage truly, and you held it with them, with your audience, you would not say, wait, that's the one, right? That's the one you like. And he also, I heard a soundbite today when he said, he tried to explain away the 2 Corinthians, and he was another very telling moment. He said, well, that 2 Corinthians thing, that was written for me by someone else. I could show it to you. It was written down. I got it on a piece of paper. I could show it to you. Someone wrote it for me. Whoa, what? Someone wrote it down for you? You are there to present yourself as, well, here's a very meaningful one for me with the big guy, as we talk about it privately, Presbyterian-like all the time. 2 Corinthians, walk onto a used car lot, one says. And I says the 2 Corinthians, yous like this one, right? This is the one yous like. And today he said, someone wrote it for me. Someone wrote it down for me, which means to me it wasn't candid, it wasn't spontaneous, it wasn't, or nor was it a sharing of, here's one of my favorite biblical passages. He had it written down for him. And again, technically, nothing in the world wrong with that. But he had to have it written. In other words, he had to go to someone and say, I'm going to a religious university. What the heck do I say? Write something down for me. And so he said today, well, someone wrote it down for me. I could show it to you. But it says right here, I'm looking at it. It says 2 Corinthians. I can show it to you. It's just 2 Corinthians. And, I know, and now I hear that he meant, and he figured I would know that he meant second letter to the Corinthians. But, I know. Andrea. No, what was her name? Anyway, well, I didn't know. It says here, right here, 2 Corinthians. But I had to have someone write it down for me. And then when he presented it, he said, this is the one you like, right? I'm not accused, again, this is not a matter of faith. I am not criticizing his faith or his personal life. What I'm saying is, it strikes me that there is compelling evidence of gross insincerity and gross inauthenticity when it comes to certain things that Donald Trump talks about. And it's not limited to faith or religion. It evidently includes that, but it's not limited to that. When you ask him a question about the Constitution, you can just replace and change on your computer. Oh, the Constitution? I've always had a close personal relationship with the thing, the Constitution. Yeah, I love it. It's huge. The Constitution? Huge. I have a copy on my nightstand, and in fact, I'm going to read a part to you. 2 constitutionalists. 2, that's the one you like, right? 2 constitutionalists.
Jay Severin, the Blaze Radio Network.